So this is my reskinned Golden Tee Arcade1up. It's reskinned with caddyshack. This skin kit is made by Tyler at Arcade Graphics. It's got 3 different sayings on the bottom of that the riser sticker. So it's got one there. It's got a different saying on the side here, on this side from the movie. And then there's another one on the other side. Rodney Dangerfield quotes in the movie. So the decals come a little bit oversized, that way you have room for error. This is not the deck decal. I didn't want the deck decal, so I bought the kit without the deck decal. This is the surround. This is not the standard surround sticker that he does. I don't remember what it looked like, but I wanted the instructions on here, so he added the instructions for me to the decal. That way it makes it look, to me, it makes it look more original. And then we've got the decal, which I showed in another video how to change this. So this is a translucent decal. You just peel off the factory graphic and put this on and trim it to length. And of course you got to have the dancing gopher. So it doesn't really do anything other than it makes it look more 80s, since my arcade is basically 80s stuff, more or less, and some 90s, but it makes it more like some type of an 80s edition type arcade. This actually came as one big decal, so I laid the front panel down on it and then cut the decal, and then I put this decal on this panel, laid it down, trimmed it out, and put it on. So it really should have been, these clouds are continued onto this here, but if I had done that, the caddyshack would have been too high, if I remember. There was something weird about it. But since it goes on an angle into that anyway, it's not like it's not that noticeable unless you really look at it. But again, this is the so this is the whole skin kit that he sells. There's one of these stickers on the other side. Can't see it. Both the side panels are identical. They're just reversed. So how it looks here, it's mirrored on the other side. But again, it's just something neat, something to do. The other reason I didn't want his sticker he had for here is basically, I think it was, now I think about it, I think it was just this, the picture of these people with a light blue background here. So by the time I would have cut everything out for all the buttons and the ball, you would have lost all that. Plus you wouldn't have had, I like having the directions on here to make it look, again, make it look like it's meant to be this way. The other thing I'm going to do, he made me this sticker, but for some reason it somehow got made way bigger than it needed to be. So because there's a big blank spot here, I'm going to put this here. I'm going to just scan it and I'll print it and cut it myself smaller to the size I need. And I'm just going to lay it under here in this big blank spot. I'm not going to stick it down. It's just going to be under the plexi, because if I eventually were to get the stuff to make this the newest version of the Arcade1up Golden Tee, if I remember right, there's a button here that would need to be added, and that way I'll make this so it's just there, and if I eventually have to add that button there, I'll make it so the button is inside this ball area. And this would be much smaller, obviously. So it'll almost look like it's a ball, or that the groundhog is holding the button type thing. I don't know. In the future, that's just my thought for down the road. See if it happens or not. I don't know. But you know, again, this is from Arcade Graphics. This is a kit that they sell, that he makes, and this is very, very, very nice vinyl. This is definitely not cheap vinyl. It's not sticker paper vinyl. I'm thinking the guy said he also does like he wraps trailers, so he prints on wrap that you put on like trailers. So this is definitely nice, high quality stuff. The sides, I just cleaned the sides and prepped it with alcohol and got it where I wanted it. Flipped this top over while somebody was holding the bottom exactly where I wanted it, and I peeled the backing off and cut it with scissors, and then I just laid this and took a squeegee and squeegeed it as I went and laid this out, since somebody was holding the bottom half where I wanted it. Then once this was done, I just flipped the bottom half up and did the same thing. I started peeling the backing and then just started working my way down with the squeegee, and peeled the backing at the same time as I was going, and it came out perfect. We're as close to perfect as I'm going to get. And then it's way big, so you do have to go back with a razor and trim all around the entire edge of the whole thing. This is not straight. I couldn't make it straight because for me to twist this enough to get it straight with a square, to square it to the back here, that front, this corner here, would not have a decal over it. So even though the decal is oversized, to make it look right, it ended up having to be the way it is. I don't know if maybe he did it that way on purpose, because everything else looks kind of straight. So it might just be the way it was designed to be. But either way, it looks nice, and I'm very happy with it. Now on this, I did take the monitor completely out, and I took the front off of the monitor to do this. You do have to cut out the inside here, which I did screw up a little bit, but is what it is. And this is longer. You've got to cut it down also to the size of the plexi. So, and then it's got a little thing up top there, and this does not go fully to the top either. So there's a black gap up above there, which may be intentional. That way it doesn't black against black hides, basically, is what I'm trying to say. That way, if you were trying to butt this decal straight up against this panel here, it might not look right, like if this panel's off a little bit or something like that. So it's probably intentional for that reason, just for aesthetics. But I like it. It brightens it up a lot. It's better than just having a plain black cabinet sitting here. And it looks really cool, my opinion. And you still have the it emblem on there with the groundhog. Again, to make it look like it's was meant to be this way from the factory. It would have been cool if Arcade1up actually did stuff like this. I think they would have sold a whole lot more stuff. Sorry. All right. Well, like and subscribe.